Part 1. Is your jeans waistband too tight and you cannot button it anymore? Do not throw them away just yet. With one simple trick, you can loosen the waistband by a few centimeters without using a sewing machine. Start at the back of your jeans. Use a pair of scissors to carefully cut the stitches that attach one of the belt loops to the waistband. This will release the bottom part of that belt loop. Pin it down toward the lower part of the jeans to keep it out of the way. Now, use chalk to mark a V shape with the pointed end of the V touching the spot where the belt loop was. Cut along that V shape to remove a small piece of fabric. Next, use dark colored thread to sew over the cut edges with an overcasting stitch. This will keep the fabric from fraying. By the way, let us know in the comments where you are watching this video from. Push the needle to the inside of the fabric and tie a knot to secure it. Now measure and cut 2 pieces of wide elastic, just long enough to cover the cut you made. Place the elastic pieces over the opening and pin them in place. Turn the jeans right side out and start sewing the elastic to the waistband. Use simple running stitches along the edge of the waistband to attach it securely. Once the elastic is firmly in place, fold the belt loop back to its original position and sew it down again, catching the new elastic section underneath. And you are done! Your jeans are now comfortably loosened and ready to wear again. Part 2. Here's another way to make your jeans waistband a little wider. Cut a piece of soft elastic about 7 centimeters long. Make sure to use a stretchy, flexible type of elastic for the best result. Next, overlap the 2 ends of the elastic so they form a small loop. Use a needle and thread to stitch the ends together. A few simple stitches will be enough to hold it securely. Now take a medium-sized button and place it right on top of the spot where you sewed the elastic. Sew the button onto the elastic, going around 3 or 4 times to make sure it is nice and tight. Tie a knot in the thread and trim off any extra. Next, button this new elastic piece into the buttonhole of your jeans. Then hook the elastic loop around the original button on your jeans. The elastic will give your waistband a little extra stretch, making your jeans more comfortable to wear. If you want it a little smaller, you can wrap the elastic around the button again to adjust the fit. A simple and effective method that takes just a few minutes but makes a big difference. Part 3. Here's a quicker way to loosen the waistband of your jeans. All you need is a small elastic band. First, tie both ends of the elastic together to make a small loop. Cut off any extra piece of the band so it looks neat. Now take one side of the loop and thread it through the buttonhole of your jeans. Pull it through just a little, then take the other end of the loop and pass it through the part that's already through the hole. Pull it tight to make a secure knot just like this. Now you can hook the elastic loop around the button of your jeans. This will instantly give your waistband a little more room and make your jeans more comfortable to wear. You can also make another elastic loop the same way. Tie the ends together, trim off the extra piece, and this time, thread it through the small hole on your zipper pull. make a tight knot again. Then hook this elastic around the waistband button too. This not only helps loosen your waistband, but also keeps your zipper from sliding down while you move. Part 4. If the legs of your jeans are too wide, I will show you how to make them narrower without cutting the fabric. First, place a ruler along the side seam of your jeans to form an upside-down V shape. Use tailor's chalk to draw a guideline following that shape. Now take your needle and thread it from the back side of the fabric, right next to the side seam stitches. Then insert the needle down along the chalk line and bring it up again about 5 millimeters away. Next, go back down close to the original side seam and come up again 5 millimeters apart. Continue this stitching pattern along the pant leg. Your stitches should look like small parallel lines forming a ladder shape. After sewing a section, grab the end of the thread and pull it gently but firmly. This will gather the stitches and slightly tighten the fabric, making the leg narrower. Adjust the folds so that they are even and flat. Keep sewing the rest of the leg, dividing it into small sections so you can pull and tighten the stitches more easily. When you reach the end, pull the thread one last time to finish tightening. Then push the needle through to the inside of the fabric, tie a secure knot, and cut off any extra thread. And that is it. Your jeans legs are now slimmer without any cutting, and the stitching lines stay hidden on the inside for a clean look. Part 5. For the next tip, let's learn a simple way to sew up a tear on your jeans. Start by threading your needle and bring it up from the back side of the fabric, just to the left of the tear. Then insert the needle down on the right side of the tear, making sure it is level with the first stitch. Next, bring the needle up again on the left edge, about 1 or 2 millimeters above the first stitch. Continue this pattern by going down on the right edge and up again on the left edge. Keep your stitches evenly spaced as you work along the tear. Sew all the way down until you reach the end of the ripped area. When you make the final stitch, keep the needle on the top side of the fabric. Now, slide the needle under the very first stitch you made and gently pull the thread tight. Then pass the needle under that same stitch again, but this time in the opposite direction. Repeat this step with the next few stitches to lock the thread in place. You do not need to pull too tightly. Just make sure the stitches are firm enough to hold while still looking natural. When you are done, push the needle through to the inside of the fabric, tie a small knot, and cut off the extra thread. And that is it. A simple repair that not only fixes the tear, but also creates a unique little detail on your jeans. Part 6. Would you like to decorate your jeans and make them more unique? Try this simple embroidery stitch to add a fun little design. Start with a red thread and tie a small knot at the end. Bring your needle up from the inside of the fabric to the outside. Wrap the thread around the needle 5 or 6 times. Then insert the needle back down very close to where you first came up. Gently pull the thread to shorten the stitch. Next, bring the needle up again about 5 millimeters to the right of the first spot. Wrap the thread around the needle 5 or 6 times, just like before. Insert the needle down close to the point where you came up and pull it tight again. Now you should have 2 small red dots that look like tiny cherries. Switch to green thread. Bring the needle up about 1 centimeter above the 2 red dots. Insert it down into the center of the first red dot to form a little stem. Then bring the needle up again above the second red dot and stitch down near the same starting point to create another stem. Add a small green leaf to make it look more lively. When you finish, push the needle to the inside of the fabric, tie a small knot, and trim off any extra thread. And there you have it, a cute pair of embroidered cherries. You can keep adding more little clusters around the edge of your pocket or along the seams. Just a few basic stitches can turn your jeans into something truly special. Part 7. Draw a diamond shape around the tear just like this. Then bring your needle up from the bottom left corner of the diamond. Next, insert the needle down into the bottom point of the diamond and bring it up again at the bottom right corner. Pull the thread gently to shorten the stitch. Now insert the needle back down through the bottom point again and bring it up at the left corner, just a little higher than your first stitch. Pull the thread to create a small V shape. Continue by going down again through the bottom point and coming up at the right corner. Repeat this left and right stitching pattern, moving slightly upward each time along the outline of the diamond. Keep your stitches even and follow the shape carefully. As you go, the stitches will fill in the entire torn area and form a neat, woven pattern that covers the hole completely. Once the whole area is filled, push the needle to the inside of the fabric. Tie a small knot to secure the thread and trim off the extra. And here is the result. A clean, beautiful repair that not only hides the tear but also adds a nice decorative touch to your jeans. Part 8. The final tip in today's video is an embroidery stitch to decorate the edge of your jeans pocket. Start by bringing your embroidery thread up from the back side of the fabric. Bring the needle up right along the existing seam line on your jeans. Push the needle down just beside the point where you came up. Then bring it up again about 1 centimeter along the same seam line. Wrap the thread around the needle once and pull gently to shorten the stitch. Next, push the needle down again through the very first stitch you made and bring it up 1 centimeter away, slightly to the right of that first point. Wrap the thread around the needle and pull to tighten it. Then, insert the needle down once more through the first stitch and bring it up to the right of the second stitch. Wrap the thread around the needle and pull gently. You should now have 3 connected stitches forming a small fan shape. Now bring the needle up again at the start of the first stitch and repeat the same steps, but this time angle the stitches slightly to the left. Continue alternating the stitches from right to left, repeating the same motion along the line. Just keep the stitches even and follow the existing seam around the pocket edge. When you finish, you will see a lovely decorative pattern that gives your jeans a unique and stylish touch. And that's it for today's video. You have just learned several creative and practical ways to fix, adjust, and decorate your favorite jeans. From loosening a tight waistband to sewing up small rips and adding cute embroidery details, these simple tricks can make your old jeans look new again. Remember, you do not need special tools or a sewing machine, just a few basic stitches, some creativity, and a little patience. If you enjoyed these tips, give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Tell us in the comments which idea you want to try first, and do not forget to subscribe for more easy and useful DIY tutorials. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.